on the music. It sucks that it just doesn't do it on its own. What are you gonna do, right? Well, good morning. I'm not gonna complain, even though I feel like complaining a lot because we have like 15 inches of snow outside. We were expecting nice weather in the forecast. When I checked at the beginning of the week, it was supposed to be just a sec. It was supposed to be nice, like above freezing temperatures from now on until, you know, September, October, November, December. Um, of course, it gets cold during the night, but during the day it was supposed to be nice. Surprise! I got home. My girlfriend's like, "We're expecting a snowstorm on Thursday." I'm like, "What are you talking about? It was supposed to be nice." I checked. Small storm on Thursday, huge storm on Saturday, and we're expecting another snowstorm on Wednesday. Um, Now, everything's changing, but the weather's changing all the time. It's hard to know if it's really gonna snow or rain because we're expecting 13 degrees Celsius above freezing temperatures, which is like probably around 60 Fahrenheit. Let me check quickly. I'm curious. I need to put um, like a sheet here with all the temperatures in Fahrenheit and Celsius. Obviously, most of the people here work in Celsius, but once in a while I have Tracy coming in and a few more Americans coming in. Oh, see, I was pretty close. 55 Fahrenheit. So Thursday we're supposed to get 55 Fahrenheit. Only problem is it's going to be raining from Tuesday until Friday, so it's going to make a huge mess. But I don't need to shovel the water. I'm good. Patrick, I don't know if you're still here. If you are, good morning. Fairbrick Studio, thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget the thumbs up. Share, like if you want. If you can, that'd be appreciated. Yes, Dave, it is. Well, it was snow. 15 inches here this morning. And the worst part is you start shoveling down the stairs, and the wind is so bad that every shovel I took away, it was just coming right back up. Hello, Thomas. Yes, everything is well. I mean, I'm healthy. The bills are paid. Hardly, but they're still being paid. So, good morning, Marilyn. Breakfast and coffee ready. I have to get seeds in the ground, like in my soil pots. Today has to be done. I planted a few echinacea, asparagus, and onions. I have more onions to plant. I have more asparagus that I want to plant, and if I want to be able to do a plant sale at the end of May, I have to get going on that part. At least get the stuff ready. Might not be able to plant today. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I can start planting a bunch of stuff. So most of the flowers should be started around this time. Echinacea, calendula, strawberries, other flowers like forget-me-not, leeks can be started. Calendula, echinacea, onions can be started around this time. Rosemary. There are a few types of hot peppers, but then everything else pretty much starts next Saturday, I think it is. April 1st would be next Monday, so I can do it on a weekend. And if I am right, yeah. So It is fast? Okay, well, it's just that I took the information from the pack of seeds. My last frost date is usually around June 1st. I think officially, if I look at the almanac, on the almanac website, it should be around May 29th, 30th, or like early June. But I always push everything back a week just to give me more time, because if I don't do that, all the stuff is overgrown inside the house, and I have to wait because there's always that last couple of frosts that can damage my crop. So I prefer waiting like an extra week. I'm pretty sure like if I start planting stuff in this list today, it should be fine. I have parsley, sage, parsley, rhubarb, lavender. I actually planted some lavender yesterday. Spearmint, sage, marjoram, eggplant, rhubarb, rosemary, onions, sage, rhubarb, goji berry, fruiting shrub. Goji berry, I've been struggling a lot with them. I thought they were perennial, but people keep telling me that it might be because it's too cold. But then again, they die in the summer. They don't die in the fall or in the winter. They just don't survive the summer. So I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I take them out too fast. But anyway, I can start planting celery, lavender, goji berries, a few things like that. And then in 2 weeks, I'll have some more stuff: cabbage, basil, cucamelon, kale. I already have kale growing inside. Some peppers, chives. Chives is something I don't mind growing because they're beautiful flowers. I can just plant it all over my property, and it's pretty tough plant too. It'll survive, and even though it don't really spread, the roots will establish, and it will be a strong plant. Like, it won't get pushed around by other plants. Well, not that much anyway. Lemon balm, more basil, a few tomatoes. Well, most of them tomatoes. Pine berries, mulberries, jalapeno peppers, giant crimson tomatoes. This is all coming in 2 weeks from now. Well, in 3 weeks from now, and 2 weeks from next weekend. What else? I have so much seeds that, I can put them up in the same category. It's basically peppers, tomatoes, perennial herbs. The rest is pretty much all the same. It goes in one of those categories. Mullein, fireweeds. Oh, I can start fireweeds now. Lemon balm. So yeah, I guess I have a few things that I can start planting. No snow, but -6 Celsius. I had to put the propane on in the greenhouse. That sucks. Calendula can wait a bit, super fast, but yeah, I'm just following the guidelines on the pack of seeds. Yeah, a bunch of stuff is starting to pop up in the greenhouse. You guys are what, growing zone 5 or 6? It's funny because you live so close to Angie, but I think Angie's growing zone is zone 4. But yet we've already started a bunch of stuff in the greenhouse. My coffee is only 30 minutes old. It's already cold. But I went to the dollar store yesterday and purchased a bunch of... there are smaller trays and like tiny plastic pots that I can reuse. I know I have to agree with Marie-Laine. We try to stay away from plastic as much as possible, but then again, if I can reuse them as much as possible, it's not as bad. So the trays, I usually save them. I have a bunch from last year as well. There's always a few ones that will break or crack that I can't really reuse, but I try as much as possible to find another solution with them. If they crack, what I try to do with them is put them on top of my rabbit cages. Why? Because usually they'll crack in the corners, so I can just take like a pair of scissors or a sharp knife, cut around like the bottom part of my trays, and staple them or attach them on top of my rabbit cages. My rabbit cages are done with wood, and it was like a tarp attached on top. But the wind, the sun, it kind of ripped the tarp apart. Zone 5, I believe. Yeah, it makes sense, but it's up to you. But I think that maybe you're a little bit early on putting the stuff in the greenhouse. But you might be heating the greenhouse, so it might be different. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not losing a day washing them. I leave them outside in the garage. They freeze. So by freezing, they pretty much sterilize. Then I bring them inside, just put them in the bathtub, put some vinegar, and let them rinse for a few hours. And you're usually pretty good to go after. I've never had any problem doing that. But I have a bunch of new ones every year anyway that I purchase from Dollar Store, because this year I'm going to be selling some of the plants that I grow, hopefully, if I can actually succeed in growing them. And I want to do a little profit. So I paid, I think it was $2.50 to or $2.75 for 10 plastic pots, and the trays were $2 for 5. So I fit, I think it's 8 pots in my trays. They're like smaller trays, but still, I can put 8 pots in the tray. I can probably put them on my shelf instead of putting them like sideways like this on the shelf. I can probably put like 3 and save a lot of space. Actually, yeah, because of the way the lights are made, I don't have lights that you can hook up on the top. They're all with a little tiny base, and they go on top. But they had their 2 feet on the sides. So if I put a tray, it fits perfectly underneath. But if I start turning the trays around, like on the other side, it's too wide, and I find that there's not enough light going on the plants at the edges of the tray. But the smaller trays might be able to fit a little bit more and still get a decent amount of light. I cleaned out the grow room to get some more storage in the house. So Elisa has a mini greenhouse now and a bunch of lights. She's starting stuff with awesome. So she's the one that does the gardening stuff, and you'll be the one doing the construction and the fishing and the hunting, and that's pretty cool though. I saw, I don't know how. I think I was just like searching yesterday, just playing around on YouTube last night, and I was watching one of your shorts where you're starting to talk about going fishing soon. And then I just started scrolling some of your shorts, and I saw the one where you say Elisa's in the nursery, and you're like, it's not a good idea to bring your girlfriend in a place like this or something along those lines. And she looks back at you and she smiles. And I'm like, yeah, like that would be me also. If I go in a place like this, my girlfriend's like, yeah, I can't bring you in there because you're just gonna buy a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I'm like that too, I guess. I'm the one that loves gardening here. We never put anything in the greenhouse. It's just stuff coming back from last year. Okay, well that's still pretty cool. Onions and chives and things like that will come back. Sometimes you might have kale growing back a second year, carrots and things like that. I was surprised when I had kale coming back the second year because I planted kale, harvested some, and kind of let it go after a while. In the spring, I installed my greenhouse on top, and it was a bunch of kale coming out from the door, where the door is in the greenhouse. Yeah, so we have what we call blue and red jobs. I do all the blue jobs, she does all the red jobs. So we'll do all the heavier work, and Elisa cleans up stuff. We work together, makes things easier. Yeah. Um, I have to be careful what I say in case my girlfriend watches. No, but I mean, we try to do things together as much as possible. But my girlfriend doesn't like gardening, so all the construction stuff, all the building, all the heavy lifting, all the gardening stuff is done by me. Um, she usually takes care of the inside of the house more than me, even though I try to help as much as I can, but there's only so many hours in a day. Tiffany, hello, good morning. I see Tiffany here, and it reminds me, I was on Jesse and Lisa's live stream last night, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, and this girl comes in, start chatting, trying to meet some people, and suddenly I see Scott from Rambling with the Brooms commenting, saying, "Hey, you live near Remy." Like, what did I miss? So I scrolled up a little bit, and she said that she was like right in the middle between like those two cities that we have here. And I'm like, you know what? Like, that's pretty much where I am too. I sent her, I tagged her in the comments saying, "Hey, I am from that village. Where are you from?" She's like, "Well, I'm just next to the beach, about 20 minutes from you." I'm like, "Okay, so you're right from that little village." She just goes, "Yes, that's precisely where I live." I'm like, "Cool." So I sent her an email, started watching some of her content. I mean, it's always when you meet someone for the first time through online social media, you always have to be careful. She seems to have a girl's voice, at least. Uh, she's not showing her face, so maybe she's a murderer. But then again, what are the chances of being two murderers on YouTube? Oh, that's just a joke. That's just a joke. YouTube, don't take this seriously. No, but she lives nearby. She's alone. She purchased an old house, and she's got no friends around, no family. The neighbor's been helping her a little bit, from what I understand, but she's got a lot of problems in the house. Unfortunately, I know nothing about construction and renovations and that kind of stuff. I told her I might be able to help you with the garden, if you want to, fix your soil, grow some vegetables. That's the kind of stuff I can help you with. I can help you trim your, I can help you trim your apple trees. She has a lot of apple trees in the back of her property. She purchased a 9-acre property with over 100-year-old house. So the house has a lot of issues, and the property has a lot of issues. She's trying to work her way through all of this. Let me see if I can share a channel. If anyone is interested in finding out more about her. The first video, like my first YouTube video, intro to my homestead. It's 28 minutes video. And when I started watching it, I mean, people could be saying anything, really. They could say whatever they want. You never know. But if the story is true, which I believe is true, she went through a lot of stuff. She doesn't go into details, just explaining where she comes from and why she doesn't say the details, but she's saying that she doesn't talk to her family anymore because she was, well, I use my own words, like in a toxic family. When I hear stories like that, I always imagine like the family, the worst it can be, kind of like what you see in the movies, but I'm not going to judge. I don't know. I wasn't there. Maybe at some point she'll open up. Maybe she won't. That's up to her. Yeah, you were in the chat too. It's kind of cool though, because we don't really have many homesteaders or many YouTubers in New Brunswick. New Brunswick is pretty small place, but pretty shy place as well. We have what's their name? Mapleberry Farm with over 100,000 subscribers down in the Sussex area. But I sent them a message once asking if they'd be interested in a collab, but never got an answer, which is fine. Maybe they just didn't see it. I'd be, well, at that time I was willing to go down there and meet them and just, help them a little bit. I had Creekside Maples as well in the Fredericton area now. They were from Nova Scotia, but they were ejected from their own house. Long story short, they had an agreement to buy the house, fix it up, and after a few years, they were making monthly payment to the owner, and after a few years, the owner simply kicked them out of the house after he saw that the house was fixed and all that kind of stuff. So they were talking about probably hiring a lawyer at some point, but until everything was settled and fixed, they needed a place to stay. So they received a lot of donations. They sold pretty much all the stuff they had. They purchased raw land near Fredericton, built their own half-grid house, and it was a pretty interesting story. I think they're around, well, last time I checked, around, I don't know, 3,000 subscribers. But they have a nice community. Tiffany, you probably know who I'm talking about. Creekside Maples. They're pretty nice people. Then we also have like a few smaller YouTubers. Serge, my friend Serge. We have, well, Tiffany also from New Brunswick. She's growing fast. Oh, you're around what, 3,000 subscribers, Tiffany, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Tony and Joni, they seem to be awesome people. I was supposed to go there last year, and I had all my stuff set up. I had all the arrangement made. I went to Camelton, and I figured, you know what, like I still have like half a tank of gas or just a little bit less. Gas is cheaper. The further away you get from this place. So I figured I'll go to St. Quentin and gas up there and then take the highway right after and go down. And I was supposed to go spend the weekend with them. I had a few mason jars in my backpack, my sleeping bag, my pillow, my little army bed. And I mean, I was ready to go down there and help them. Get to Kedgewick, no electricity, no power. I'm like, okay, I'll keep going a little bit further. But then I realized that there was no electricity nowhere. You can't put gas without power. So it's kind of funny to say that you can't put gas if you don't have electricity. If you don't have electricity, you can't charge your electric vehicle, but you can't put gas either. Anyway, I'm not going down that rabbit hole, but I started looking on my phone. Signal was very, very weak because obviously no power. The towers are not working as well. So I was able to reach home, talk to my girlfriend, ask her if there was any power nearby, and there was none. So I couldn't take a chance of running out of gas on my way down there. I had to turn around. And I mean, you turn around in the middle of a snowstorm, you don't want to go back. And it was around noon by the time I got back home to put some gas in my vehicle because we had power here. I had to call Tony and Joni and say, like, I'm sorry, I can't make it this weekend. I mean, I didn't want to drive like 3 hours for nothing and having to go back. I lost half the day. But I feel like I owe it to them to go back at some point. Maybe I'll gather up some fruit trees or anything like that at some point and just go for a drive down there and bless them with a beautiful gift like this. I have a friend, Jessie, who never shows her face on camera. Yeah, and that's fine. It's okay. I mean, we've had other people that don't want to show their face. It's just that when you don't know the person, you have to be careful because who knows? You don't know what they can do. There's probably a good reason why they don't want to show their face, but you always wonder. So I posted a channel there if you want to go and take a look. Subscribe, follow our journey. I have a few friends like that too, and my dad and grandpa are pretty camera shy. They generally will toss something at you if you try to film them. Yeah. My brother is a little bit like that. My dad don't want to have a camera in his face, but like when we were deer hunting, he was there, and he doesn't mind. If I just film the deer and he happens to be there, he won't mind, but he won't make an interview. You know what I mean? Like even when we were hauling a moose a couple years back, he's like, I don't mind you filming me, but don't film the other people unless you ask them to. I asked one of them, and he said, no, I don't want to be on YouTube. Fine. People don't know you anyway. It's not like they're going to find you and murder you because you're on YouTube. Fabric Studio, welcome back. Yes. So I'm guessing your name is Wayne. Nice to meet you, Wayne. 3,150 subs. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, it's still early in the morning. I will have a lot of work to do today, but most of the work that I have to do is plant seeds. It's not really, really hard. You think you see some sun coming out? It's supposed to stop snowing around 9. But last I checked, it wasn't done. Let me see. 9:30 at your place. That's not early. Hey, not early, but I'm still not 100% functional. I didn't drink all my coffee yet. And it's cold. The coffee's cold. So, according to my phone, the snow should be done. We should start seeing a little bit of sun around 11 a.m. Should warm up. Well, -2 Celsius in the afternoon. -13 tonight. And starting tomorrow, 0 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday with 15 millimeters of rain, 4 on Wednesday, 25 millimeters of rain, plus 13 on Thursday, 10 millimeters of rain, plus 8 on Friday, plus 15 millimeters of rain. Saturday, plus 4. snowish day. Sunday +2, dark sky, but no rain, no snow. I see snow Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, but +3 and +4 Celsius. And then the following week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, +5, +7 with a beautiful sun. So hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully we get what we're supposed to get. I'm really anxious to see some nice weather. Sun's popping out here, but it's -8 right now. I'm going to be +1 later. So kind of like what we get today. So are you going to have 8K today? Good question. Good question. I am currently at 79.90. So 10 subs away from 8,000. So if you can help me out, share my channel, share my videos, give me a thumbs up, comment, all that kind of stuff really helps. And I have a lot of ideas on videos to make. And I'm like, okay, that's going to be cool. And then I look at Lindsay's video and I'm like, oh man, my videos suck. I want to get more B-rolls and maybe have it on a server somewhere that I can share with my friends so that they can actually go on there and get B-rolls if they want to use them. It's usually pretty easy to make B-rolls, but then it's hard to know exactly how to name them. You film like a spruce branch moving in the wind. What do you call that file? Moving or spruce branch in the wind? Like then you're searching for that B-roll. What'd you look for? I don't know. It's just that I have a few plans on things to do to share some of those files. It's just a matter of knowing exactly when, how to do it. I have to get a bunch of logs run off that have bees in them when they are still slow and kind of dormant. Yeah, that sucks. I have like a love-hate relationship with bees. I love them because they're life. Without bees, we would struggle. I'm not saying that the human population would die, but a lot of people would die. We could still like fertilize plants by hand. Some vegetables and flowers and things like that, but it'd be a lot harder to do. But I don't like them being around me. I don't like when they make a nest too close to my house. I have this huge bumblebee nest in my garage somewhere. I see them going in, but I think like they're in the walls. And I also saw them going underneath my chicken coop, which is something that I have to get rid of this summer. So do I just flip over the old chicken coop and hope that whatever's down there just doesn't attack me? Or do I do it while I still have snow, but I can't really do it now because I have the rabbit cages behind it. So I don't really have any space to move the old chicken coop. It's old, it's moldy, it's falling apart. I just want to burn it, but I have to put it on the ground first. Went from 6 Celsius with rain to -1 and snow in like 10 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. I hate snow. You probably know that by now, but I hate snow. I'm really hoping it stays nice. It stays nice. 6 and 7. We're going on a fishing trip for my birthday. Awesome. Hopefully you catch some of those big fish you've been showing me on pictures. Good morning, Angie. Thank you so much for stopping by. They don't sting? That's something that would That's something I would want to make sure, because if I don't know, I'm pretty sure if you step on one of their nest, they'll attack you. They can probably hurt you um, to the point where I don't want to try. I mean, I know if you don't bother them, you usually don't bother. But if by accident I have to remove one of their nest, the thing is, I have like a few pallets with those canvas tarp from the old sawmill that we had here on top, because the coop was an old smell shelter, and it didn't have it didn't have any floor. There was no floor, so I just put the coop on top of the pallets with that canvas thingy. But I see the bees going underneath, so the coop itself might be fine. I might be able to clean up all the, well, there's not much poop, maybe like this thick of poop that stayed there. I can just scoop it up in my compost pile that's right next to it. But then if I have to remove the tarp, I'm afraid of what's going to be underneath the tarp. If the bees go underneath, they're going underneath there in order to have access to something underground or in the walls. Gotta hop off and finish filming a video. Have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by, Tiffany. And have a great day. Definitely record that. Yeah, I'll have to put my GoPro camera way back. And I also want to make sure that my rabbits are safe before I actually go in there and do crazy things. So I have to clean up the inside of my garage. Whenever it's nice, I want to go outside. Well, it's leaking a little bit because I did the balcony on top, and I had to redo it after a few years. So there were a few places where the screws made holes in the middle roofing. That's now the floor from the balcony, but the ceiling from the garage. I hate this computer. It makes. Do you hear the noise? It's loud. But yeah, when it gets nice, the snow melts, it leaks inside the garage, and it's all mushy, wet, and it stinks because of the chicken poop. And if it gets too cold, it's not fun going out to work in the cold. Plus, I can't really shovel anything because it's frozen. So I'm doing a little bit at a time, and hopefully by the summer I can just go in there, remove everything that's there. I was hoping to be able to keep some of the 2x4s or 2x3s that I have there, but then again, it's full of chicken poop, so I don't think I'll be able to use it for anything. I'm just going to put everything in the fireplace and burn it. And I want to use that part of the garage to bring in my rabbits so that I don't have to shovel my way to them after a storm like we had today. So eventually, as soon as the snow stops, when I'm done, before I start planting my seeds, I'm going to have to go out there and shovel my way to the rabbits. Now, the way that the cages are, they're kind of like in not a circle, but in a square. They don't get as much snow and wind and gust as they used to. But still, they have a lot of snow in front of them that I have to shovel to get to them. So sometimes that's slowing me. And if there's a really, really big storm, sometimes it might be a full day before I can get to them. So I always whenever I know there's a full storm coming, I always give them a lot of feed, a lot of hay, and I give them enough snow that they can, stay hydrated if they need to, because I know that the next day I might not be able to reach them. If it's snowing to the point where I have to decide between going to work and feeding the rabbits, I'm sorry, but I have to go to work, and that's why I take care of the rabbits the previous day. But yeah, I will try to record that and try to do something, but I have a lot of work to do before I get there. Worst thing ever is when you fell a tree and it's full of carpenter bees. They hurt. I have had my fair share of ground bees in the bush too. We were at a softball party a couple of years back, and we always do like this family thing during the day where the kids can go and have candies and chips and pops, and um, we have pizza and fried chicken and all that kind of stuff. And then later that during the night, we have like this big bonfire, and we just have a party, you know. And the kids were playing in the woods, and suddenly, like 5 of them came crying. They stepped in a bee nest. My son was about 12 at the time, had like 7 or 8 bee stings on him. All the other kids had like 1 or 2, but he stepped right in it, and we figured it would be a good idea to get rid of that bee nest. So there's no really magical way to get there because they're underground, and it's not like you can just burn them alive because you have woods around. I was able to drive near it with my Jeep back up, and just after a while they left. I had the same thing happening on my property. I had to dig around a few places around my property to make a nicer, decent garden, and I ended up making a pile back there, and it was a bee nest in it. So whenever the kids would go out, they'd be afraid to go behind the house because of the bees. So I had to get rid of it. Now I don't know those underground bees. Are they more wasp or because they seem to be very aggressive? Yeah, they sting, but less aggressive than wasp. But still, I don't want them to, like, if you go in their nest, they could kill you. Have you ever been swarmed by a whole nest? Drop the saw and run. Go get it next day. One time I got in skid steer and they were nailing my saw for an hour. Yeah, they go crazy, especially if you go after them. Jennifer, thank you so much for stopping by. Just saw there was a live. Always super careful. I was building my woodshed and went into the falling apart garage to get something and move a box out of 1,000. Oh, that's not fun. Definitely not fun. Hey Scott, nice to have you here as well. Good morning. That's word. I just woke up to. Yeah, but you're probably a little bit like what I am here. You probably have a lot of wind pushing the snow in your driveway. It's not the amount of snow that we get here. It's the gust and wind. The guy can come hope in the driveway, and even 3 days after a storm is done, he has to come back because the driveway is full of snow again. Yes, I did. And and I was talking about how I couldn't see your face on any of your videos. So I don't know if there's a story to that you want to share, or if it's just something that you're not ready to show your face yet, or whatever. I just want to know, because if I go help you out, I have to know what angle put my camera when I film some of the stuff I'm doing. That's all. When I first moved up here, my neighbor warned me, if you're in the bush and hear buzzing all of a sudden, run. That's a good a good warning. Very good advice. My dad always used to dump diesel down the hole. That's what I usually do too with ants and anything I find in the woods when I am milling it. With ants, what I do is usually put vinegar. If you put vinegar, not killing them all will actually suffocate them a little bit because of the smell. They don't like it anyway, and they will leave. And ground bees and carpenter bees are really aggressive. Yes, they are. Marty, Loveland Homestead, thank you so much. Was it Homestead before? I have a feeling that it was like Love the Land every day. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Could be crazy. Could be me. I remember your first name is Marty, which is the French word for Tuesday, which is kind of cute. When you do forest inventory with people, make sure to be the first on the row when walking in the bush. You wake them, but they sting them. Yeah, yeah. We went fishing, and you know when you're walking next to a lake, but you like I was actually walking on the grass because you could feel the water underneath, and we were at the end of it, at the edge, fishing for like maybe 2 minutes, and suddenly I heard like a buzz around my feet. I looked down. I'm like, oh, Pierre, I stepped on a bee nest. And I turned around to look at him, and he was fighting them. They were all after him. He was like this with his hat, and he's like, I know, they're all after me. They're all after me. And he started running towards the woods where we came from, and he forgot that there was this kennel that was probably done by muskrats and or beavers right in the middle that we had to jump over, but he couldn't see it because he was too busy fighting off the bees, and he fell right into it. It was it was, it was funny. Well, I was laughing. I'm still laughing when I think about it. They weren't after me. They were all after him. Good rule of thumb in the bush is to always go first, no matter what it is. It generally will go after the ones behind you. Yeah, but you say that, and I remember when I was a little bit younger, I'd be like, not afraid to go in the woods, but I would always feel safer having someone else with me, even though I would sacrifice myself for the person behind me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I might not be. I would still go in the woods, but going in the woods at night, I would probably feel safer going with my youngest son than going alone. But then again, if something happens, if I'm attacked by a bear or a coyote, I will sacrifice myself for my kid, hands down. But I don't know. It's just the fact that maybe you kind of put on that superhero invisible suit. But whenever you're with someone else, even though you're going to sacrifice yourself, and I know I would never let my kid get attacked by anything. I would jump in front. I would kick, hit, scream, yell, stab with my knife. I always have a knife in my pocket when I go in the woods. I would do anything I can to save my kids, even if it means I have to die so he can live. But yet again, it's always, I don't know, I always feel safer not being alone. It's crazy. Would the vinegar strain the wood or anything? In the woods, I don't know. I would read on it, but my aunt, the ant nests we have here are usually in the ground. I can be mowing the lawn, and suddenly I'll look behind me, and there's like this big, huge ant nest. What I like to do is simply go on top, put the blades down a little bit, bring them back up, and then after I'm done, I'll go and pour some vinegar on it. I'm up on a hill. The wind blows from the water of the road to my house. I'm above the treetop. The draft gets so big, the road has been closed many times because plows can't plow through it. So are you on the main, you're not on the highway, obviously. Are you like on the main road? That's what we call it, I call it the old road because the highway was built in the 90s. So before that, we had to take the old road from Dalhousie to Bathurst. It was just like on the main through the villages. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Well, I could be crazy, but not on that end. Okay. Yeah, Jennifer, when I saw your video yesterday, like every once in a while you move around, and I was trying to look at the the trees in the house. I think I see like a glimpse of a house at some point. I don't know if that's yours or the neighbor's. But I mean, I don't go that way too often, so I don't know exactly where it is. But I have a feeling that next to Highway 11. Okay, I'm just curious to see. I will just Google it for myself. I won't show it. Archibald Settlement. Next to Highway 11. Jacket River Drive. Turgeon, that's not there. That's Nash Creek, Lorne. Oh, okay, right there. Archibald Road. Next to Highway 11. Okay, so you're on the seaside. The right is mine. I blocked it off on purpose. Okay, you blocked it off. Well, yeah, okay, it makes sense. The vacant one on the left is my only neighbor, but nobody lives there. So you're on the seaside. You must be close to the towing. What's it called? Towing. I saw a towing company. Carmichael Towing. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not afraid of anybody coming here from what they can see on YouTube, but I understand Carmichael's. Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't say it that way. I didn't say it properly. But you're probably close to them. Towing company. I see towing company here. That's why. Down the road next to the overpass. So I think that's probably on the other side, but okay. Right next to the overpass. Oh, okay. So okay. I am just like driving around. Now I see the highway. Oh, I remember walking that road. We went fishing. If I'm not mistaken, there's a small stream down there. I don't remember the name though. Louison, the river or the brook, Louison or Louison stream, right next to the overpass. That's on the seaside. From here, the first thing I see is like a small white house. Okay. Oh, you're on the other side. Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I won't talk anymore. I know exactly where it is. Well, I mean, I'm not saying I could get there right now, but I have a vague idea of where it is. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no neighbor is a dream, right? Especially when you have a neighbor like mine complaining about everything I do. Nate from We Are Family. Hello, hello. First time I see you here. Nice of you to stop by. I'm just curious. Is that the first time I see you here? Cool. Okay. Just curious, Nate. Generally speaking, where are you from? The States, or are you from Canada or Australia? Oh, cool. Okay, well, I subscribed, and I will take a look at your channel later. Down the road, on the other side of the overpass. Okay, yeah, that's me, but it's a big house. Okay, I'll look again. Yeah, keep in mind that the first time I met Marilyn, I was picking her up from the ferry. She was coming out of a boat with nothing else than her backpack and a few plants, and we were heading in the middle of nowhere in Ontario at the Homesteaders Conference. And well, she knew a good friend of mine too before we met, and I'm not a bad person. At least I try not to be. If I do anything wrong, I don't do it on purpose. And sometimes I might do things out of anger, say things I don't mean, but I'm big enough to apologize. I know where you are. Yeah, you know. Well, I don't know if you know exactly what house I'm in, but you could probably find me because you know where I work. Yeah, we were on I don't remember whose live stream it was at some point, and I was saying where that I was from northern New Brunswick, and Scott's like, "Hey, I have some family there. What area?" It turns out that his mom, mother-in-law, not his mom, but his mother-in-law, lives in the same city I work in. So whenever Scott comes down here now, we always have a supper together and we get to chat. And yeah, very nice guy. Yeah, good evening for you. It is like good morning for me. I'm drinking a cold coffee now. Still good, but better when it's warm and hot. Mostly videos of my twins nowadays on my channel. Cool. Well, congratulations on the new twins. From what I quickly was able to see, they seem to be pretty young. Next door has been vacant for many years. People from Ontario bought it 3 months before I bought it in 2020. They still never moved in. So it's nice, but bears live there. Well, there's bear all over the place. Now, I'm curious. Do you hunt, Jennifer? Like, do you have pews that you can take out and go for a walk on your property and hunt? If so, bear is still good meat. I'm from Ontario. Couldn't pay me to move back. I thought you were from the States when you were talking about your introduction video, how you left. You were near Detroit. That's what I understood. You are in Ontario. I lived in Brampton and Orangeville for 9 months back in 2007. Cool. I am from New Brunswick, but I go to the conference in Ontario once a year, And this year, it's about a month away. It's a month away. Like, literally 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks away. That's, oh, I never realized, but it's really coming fast. Yeah, I'm not bad. Just crazy, just a little bit crazy, but crazy in a good sense, hopefully. I don't like fighting. I don't like drama. I don't like hurting people. I don't like seeing people hurt. So I always do my best to try to help them out. So, confirmed and second. Well, I'm on 37 acres in the outback. We have a private mountain. Nice. But then again, from what I understand, in Australia, there's like how many different kind of critters that could actually kill you? Just going to bed knowing that you might not wake up because maybe you'll swallow like a venomous spider or anything like that. Not fun, not fun. I'm from Windsor, Ontario, on the border of Detroit. Okay. Yeah, Dave is not too far from you. And I know Mike and Angie from Me and You Acres that were in the chat earlier. They're from not too far from there as well. If I remember correctly, Mike is from Michigan as well. Ugh, sorry. Yeah, I traveled through Windsor to get to Detroit. Saw a wrestling show in London. Nice. That's nonsense. Although I was bitten by a scorpion in bed who came in with the laundry. I'll take the snow. Like, I hate the snow, but I take snow over being bitten by a scorpion or crazy spiders or all that stuff. No. Still here. Awesome. Hello, Darren. I am doing amazing. It is a beautiful morning after the storm, right? Just want to share this again. She's a new YouTuber from 20 minutes away from my place. We will definitely be doing some collabs at some point this summer. She needs help building some stuff, even though I'm not good at building stuff, but I'm good at gardening and foraging and farming and that kind of stuff. And you can, if there's any moderators in here, you want to share your channels as well, go ahead. Feel free to do it. Nothing here. Can't bring myself to even touch a gun. I don't even eat meat, but I cook it for my pets. Oh, okay. But you would have chickens only for the eggs? Yeah, I eat a lot of meat. It really does help. But it's just, I don't judge. I'm just curious to know, because if you want me to be able to help you out, I need to know what to expect. Like, if you need to have vegetables and fruits for a full year, it's different than if you intend on having some meat to go with it. And, you might need more proteins and things like that. Mike is from Michigan. Go Blue. Michigan. When I think about Michigan, I think about Detroit. And when I think about Detroit, I think about the Detroit Red Wings, the white and red. Hi, Darren. Yeah, that's a short drive. Much nicer in Windsor. Goodness, it's all thieves and bums are murderers. And murderers now. It was hell. Seen 4 snakes in a decade. They aren't that prevalent. Yeah. Eastern of Detroit. Awesome. But you can share your own channels. That's what I mean. Not necessarily only hers, but yours as well. Highly venomous. Yes. 2 of the worst. Western brown and red belly blacks. Yeah. Honestly, as much as I would love to see like kangaroos and things like that, I think I'm gonna stay away from Australia because of that. There's a guy that lives here in my village that's from Australia. I don't know exactly where. He goes home every year for a 2 weeks vacation. He married a Canadian woman. Well, they're not married, but you know, because what do you expect? We got the best. Redback spiders are the worst, though. Redback spiders. Yeah. Try to stay away from those spiders and scorpions and snakes. Anything that can kill me, really, or anything that can bite me. Fast on my feet. Yeah. I worked downtown for 25 years. I have eyes in the back of my head. Charlot is like that. Like what? Charlot is a nice little place, but it has a lot of wind because it's next to the beach. Mike loves his Wings. My son loves Toronto. It was fun during hockey season when he lived at home. It was so much fun to watch them. And yeah, and now I can tease Mike. Well, maybe not anymore because I vote for the Montreal Canadiens and they suck lately. And honestly, ever since everything that happened 4 years ago, I kind of lost interest. I'm more into going outside now and doing my own thing and watching sports. For some reason, I kind of started watching baseball a little bit more, even though I don't really like the sport per se. Like, I don't like watching baseball usually, but the Blue Jays are doing well, and I try to follow them. I will still watch the hockey game if there's something going on, like if there's a game. Boo, boo, Detroit. We had 2 kangaroo families on our property. The front 6 and back 5, we call them. Cool. But I heard they could be aggressive animals. I don't know if it's true. Pretty sure they're like all wild animals. You don't go near them and try to pet them, right? I'm still here. Crawled all over this place building a frisbee golf course. Key is to just make a lot of noise before you work in an area. Yeah, but lobster is there. Yeah. There's a First Nation bar not too far, and you can usually, I don't know if it's legal or not, but you can usually get lobster and other fish for a lot cheaper there. Windsor is technically south of Detroit, born and raised in South Detroit Journey. Born and raised in South Detroit. There's wind next to the beach. You would know. I stick to the basics. Basic raised beds, quick and easy to build, but I have to fence it in. I want to get a ton of meat birds to pressure can for my pets and make soup, but can't process them. You can't process them because you don't know how, or because you just can't get yourself to do it. Because I have all the equipment needed to do that. And I could show you how. Start the chainsaw first and you're good. Yeah, well, my Montreal Canadiens is my favorite team, but my second team has always been the Pittsburgh Penguins. Usually the people around here voting for the Penguins usually don't mind the Montreal Canadiens. Like they won't necessarily watch the games, but they kind of wish that Montreal does good. You know what I mean? Unless they play against each other. Mario Lemieux was always my favorite player, and I've seen Sidney Crosby play here at the Canadian Winter Games, Canada Games, in 2003 when he was just 14 years old. And since then, I've been a big fan of Crosby. So whenever Montreal's not there, I vote for Pittsburgh. I have a friend that's a big Pittsburgh Penguin fan. And we were watching the final game of the Stanley Cup a couple of years back, and we were happier than him that his team won. When I get into sports, I get into sports. It becomes the most important thing ever. I remember, was it in 2016 or 15? The Montreal Canadiens did pretty well. Like they had a run until the Eastern Conference Final when Carey Price got hurt against the Rangers. And I had a bunch of people coming over here every single game. There'd be like 15 of us in the living room. The kids would even put their jerseys on. We'd have chicken wings, nachos, a few beers. And I had my aunt coming over, my brother, a few friends. It was nice. And I remember when Montreal won the last game against Boston, Game 7, each and every one of us was jumping and dancing in the living room, yelling how happy we were, and that's what makes sport fun. Tom Knight, I was just a little though, but I remember the name. The reserve across from Campbellton Fall, lobster fishing in Charlo. Yeah, I don't think it's 100% legal, so just be careful when you do it. From what I understand, the natives are legally allowed to sell it, but white people are not legally allowed to buy it. Go figure. We can get nowhere near them. They scamper pretty fast. Yeah, and I'm guessing it's probably like people see a grouse here and they don't assume that the grouse can be a dangerous animal, but go after their babies, they become a nightmare. Thank you for sharing each other's channels. And, Jennifer, it's a good way for you to connect with new people, learn some new ideas, learn a few tricks for your gardening and homesteading and all that life. We have a lot of people here. Mike and Angie are currently, me and you acres, they're currently building their home. They're not off the grid, but they plan on going, I think, at some point. But they're building their house from scratch, currently living in a trailer in their barn, which is still pretty decent. They have a nice setup for now. And Little Homestead by the Beach, Maryland, is originally from New Brunswick. She moved on the Quebec side. She lives next to the beach, hence the name. And she does a lot of cool stuff too. Gardening-wise, she's amazing. We have a few more folks in our homesteading family that are not here this morning. Tracy Tehan, 141 Homestead. He lives off the grid completely. He's gone to church this morning. You can learn a lot. Scott does amazing things as well. Thorhaven Farm, he has a lot of cool stuff too. Dave, he has a lot of experience and knowledge. You can learn from pretty much everyone in the chat here. Drinking Chef Barbecue, thank you so much for stopping by. Jen, ask your dad if he knows Murdoch Man. He passed in, but worked for MTO his whole life. Okay, not for me. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I don't know what winning feels like. Funny thing about football, the first time I ever sat down to watch a football game was the Super Bowl in 2001. And the reason for that is because people kept talking about Super Bowl, how it was a cool thing, and how it was like the big event of the year. And I sat down and I started watching the game. It was the Patriots against I don't know who. And I just sat down and I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going for that team. And that team was the New England Patriots. And I started watching them and they won. So after that, I stayed with that team and just simply started watching the playoffs from that point. until they won their second Super Bowl in 3 years. Then I started following them a little bit more, started to know the game a little bit more, and started following the Patriots. And I've been a Patriot fan since. Now, it was mostly because of Tom Brady when he left for the Buccaneers. I was still happy that he won. And at first, I hated the Chiefs because I didn't want Mahomes to beat Tom Brady's records. But I'm pretty sure Tom Brady would be the first one to wish Mahomes the best. And I'm pretty sure Mahomes is going to beat that and become the next great player. Somehow I want them to lose. But somehow I don't mind if he wins. Like, I recognize that he's an awesome quarterback, and it's probably going to... sorry to hear, Jennifer. No, not yet. I don't know if she's on Facebook or if she's only on Facebook under her homesteading name. I don't know for her last name. I don't know if she is on Facebook. I don't know if she wants to be on Facebook. But Jennifer, we have a Canadian homesteaders group, Canadian YouTubers homesteaders. If you want to join, you can go ahead, find it, and we'll let you in. It's mostly to help you out. If you're interested in that group, you'll be able to find some like-minded people from the area. From Canada, but there's a lot from the area. And that might help you out in different ways. Grow your channel, learn some new stuff, learn some new skills, get more knowledge, things like that. Good morning. Good morning. As soon as the snow melts, I want to first air graft all the apple hazelnut trees, then go back in 60 days and cut the branch off and plant in dirt. That would be a good video to teach people. Yeah, I have family that has a barn on the old road in Charlotte, so that's probably very close to you. And he told me the same thing. He told me I should do that. He has a lot of stuff on his property. I don't know if you can see what this is, but this is exactly to air graft trees. Plus, I have like 2 more in my bedroom, but that's something I want to do too. Like I told you on your comment this morning, I'm not really looking into the hazelnuts because they grow everywhere, and you need a lot on your property to make a difference. So if it was just me, I wouldn't bother with them. But the apples, okay, at first I didn't want to have them here because, not that I didn't want to have them on my property. I would love to have them on my property. I just didn't want to bother because there's a lot of wild apple trees around that I can just go and harvest apples. I preferred keeping the property for other things like pears, cherries, ascaps, or honeyberries if you prefer, gooseberries, rhubarb, and things like that. I have a few plum trees as well. But I kind of changed my mind. I'm hoping to have a little bit of apple trees. To have a little bit more apple trees on my property. Off to emerge. If that means that you're leaving, good day, and thanks for stopping by, Scott. I don't think we will go back off grid, but we'll have a setup just in case. Awesome. That's pretty cool. I was one bridge away from getting into Quebec. Was up in Petawawa. So you're not too far from Back to Basics Homestead. I think she's just like same as you. She's just like a bridge away. I think she gets on the highway for like 20 minutes, and she's in Ontario, from what I understand. Oh, I forgot to prune my fruit trees again. It's not too late. Although you might not want to do it this morning with the storm and all. But yeah, I did my apple tree a little bit. I just realized my chicken coops are off grid. We have solar lights in them and they love it. Nice. Be pruning your fruit trees soon. Once I learned to hair graft, it changed my life. Everyone should know how to do this. I don't like regular grafting. Useless to me. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people trying that, telling me that it wasn't working. But then again, my girlfriend's cousin, like I said, has a farm. Huge farm, not too far from you, Jennifer. And he told me to do that, and he told me how to do it. So I want to try to do it as well. And I'm hoping to be able to do it properly. You say it takes 60 days. He told me to be sure, like go 90 days. But I would do that early June, and maybe end of August, transplant them, just to be sure that the roots are properly formed, and you still give time to the tree to root. And you want to do that when it's a coolish climate. If it's too warm, you'll kill your trees. Rabbits and chickens are off grid too, not even solar. Yeah, I have a light in there with my chickens. Not the rabbits though. The rabbits are in the dark at night. Like I said, if you want to join our homesteaders, okay. I think you're in. I think I let you in. You know, hopefully I clicked accept. Oh yeah, okay. Our Highland cows are not off the grid. They have heated water. Yeah. Yeah, you need to do it, Darren, before they get out of dormancy. That's the thing. If you could do them in the winter, actually be a good time to do it, I think. But right now is probably the best time to do it. I think you have to do it before they wake up, so the cut can dry before sap coming up. Yeah, before they come out of dormancy is when you had to do it. I just use soil in Ziploc bags and packing tape, then cover with aluminum foil to keep them out. I just want all of them out of the forest and close to the house. Okay, I'm guessing if you have 9 acres and they're way back there and you need to walk to get them, it might be a long walk for nothing, but I get what you mean. But I just take my Jeep and drive like 5 minutes and have a bunch of raspberries, apples, and hazelnuts. The only thing is the apple trees. I realized that the guy that owns the land started milling wood back there, and there's a few of the apple trees that is simply knocked out. So I'm kind of afraid that eventually he's going to go there and just get rid of all of the apple trees. So I want to go there this spring when it's still bear hunting season, so I can have my rifle in my hands. If I see something coming up, I can at least defend myself, and at the same time I can hunt the bears. I'm going to go and put a few of those little plastic balls on some of the branches and hopefully the guy won't mind. I'm pretty sure he's going to get rid of all those apple trees anyway. There's all kind of apples. The pink lady apples, I think they're called, where like the flesh is all pinky. We have what's it called? Well, they have crab apples, the red delicious, golden delicious, Cortland, Macintosh. I'm pretty sure he has all of them back there. Only successful trees we have here are persimmons. I don't even know what those are. I was in contract with Strat A. Oh, that sucks. But it doesn't mean that she'll get it, though. It doesn't spread too much. Pitawawa is close to me. Okay. Cool, yes. I have to take all my plants to the greenhouse. Have a great day. Take care, Dave. Thank you for stopping by. They were probably not doing it right or not using rooting powder. Yeah, the one I use is this one here. Garden Safe, Take Root. This is the one I use. Trying to show, you can't read. It doesn't zoom in. Come on, zoom in. Anyway, I have to keep that out because I'm going to be using it soon. The bigger the branch, the longer it takes for the roots to grow, but you can air graft anytime. I just prefer to work outside before man-eating mosquitoes come out. Yeah. The thing is, from what I understand, if it starts rooting and it freezes again, it will freeze the roots and kill the branch. At least that's what I was told. So that's one of the reasons why I want to wait a little bit longer. It is a great Facebook page. Well, it first started as a way for us to discuss different approach to hopefully take the Canadian YouTubers to a next level, because let's face it, if I was in Alaska, I would be having probably 100,000 subscribers. If I was in the States, people in the States seem to be supporting each other a little bit more than they support Canadian. I mean, not everyone, but in general, the population. Because we see channels, and I don't want to point anyone or anything like that, and I'm not saying I'm the best YouTuber. It's far from it. But I have some Canadian friends that are a lot better than some of those other YouTubers. They can barely make money off of YouTube like every 6 months, while we see people being from the States or even Alaska making thousands of dollars a month with poorer quality content. They don't necessarily focus on the thumbnails. They don't necessarily focus on editing. They just film raw stuff, and that's it. If you look at anything from Alaska, any channel from Alaska, it could be Remy from Alaska, it could be homesteading in Alaska, it could be hunting in Alaska, it could be fishing in Alaska, it could be having a store in Alaska, it could be having a chip company in Alaska. You get the point. You would get a lot more subscribers because people are looking for that stuff. People love Alaska. And I think it's all about finding your own niche, finding what you have to offer. And my niche is not recognized by YouTube as a specific niche. So that's why I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm still going to continue gardening. I'm still going to continue foraging. I'm still going to do all of that stuff because my niche is ways to bring in food. I don't talk politics. I don't talk about the left or the right or the middle. I don't well, I mean, I'll mention it every once in a while, but not giving my opinion on that stuff. I stick to bringing in food, and yet it just doesn't, pick up. I kind of understand why, but at the same time, I don't know why, because we live in a time where food is crazy expensive and people are starving. People are starving while there's so many different ways to have food for free. A lot of people have food in their own backyard and they don't even know about it. They don't even know what it is and they don't care. As per usual, I will bring lettuce to the conference. Bring lettuce to the conference. Awesome. I have 13 acres of forest and too hard to maintain them and get them before the animals do. Okay. Well, all you would need to do really is like go around it and clean up a little bit. But then if you have animals go into them, I'm guessing they're probably being eaten by bears and grouse. I'm pretty sure early October, when it's hunting season, I could go for a walk back there and look in your apple trees and get a few dozen birds in a season. They love going in apple trees. I'm loaded with apple trees, and there's a few that are the most amazing apples I've ever tasted, but hidden in the forest where nobody knows. Those ones I want to bring close to the house. Nice. Cool. That'd be nice. Oh, if you have any cool apple trees that I can graft from, that'd be nice. I used the same rooting powder. I've seen people try to air graft but didn't know it and didn't do it right. That's why it didn't work. Could be, and that's one of the reasons I want to learn. I want to start doing it this year. A good thing is to have side business and market that on your channels. Like how I have my Sensi, Sypology, Tupperware, Throw Life links on channels, so I guess your business out there too. True. I was talking Friday night about little side business I want to make. One of them being maybe at some point making my own tea bags, which is not something that will make me rich. Definitely not. But if I can have some fun doing it and make a little bit of money, it's better to have it in my pocket than not have it at all. Also, I want to start doing workshops for people around here to learn that growing your own food doesn't have to be a bad thing and doesn't have to be too hard. You can do small steps to help. People will go buy spinach at $3 a pack of spinach, and you have dandelion leaves all over your property. It does the exact same thing. Now, I get that it might not taste as good, it might not be as fun, but if you're struggling financially, it's still a good way to save money. And just what you're talking about there, Jennifer, if people knew how to graft apple trees and started planting apple trees on their property, they would save a lot of money. I watch Atomic Shrimp, UK YouTuber who forages a bit. Cool. But then again, he probably doesn't have the exact same stuff we have here. The idea is the same. I like to have people showing me the kind of stuff we have around here that's actually edible. And from there, not just do my own research for the purpose of doing my own research, but because I want to know, okay, what are the lookalikes? What could kill me if I eat the wrong thing? What do I have to be careful with? Where does it grow? What does it look like? What does it look like when it's young? When's the best time to harvest it? How can I cook it? And all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of information that you need in order to start harvesting one thing, Eldan, thank you so much for stopping by. How's the kid or the kids? I know you have a newborn at home. Hopefully things are still going well. I don't have a car or side-by-side. There's path, but overgrown. I can't get back in there at all. But if you want to drive into the forest, I can show you my secret apple trees you can graft. Awesome. How do you get to the grocery store? You just get a taxi every single time? It must be expensive. Or you have a neighbor just driving you to town, or hair grafting is also a great business. One thing on my list is to air graft my cedars and other trees and the fruit trees and sell them. Yeah, if you start doing that, one thing I can suggest is in the summer, there's a farmer's market. It's probably about 10 minutes away from you. And if you could eventually find a way to drive there, well, even if you just sell it from your own property, I'm sure it's fine as well. There was not too far from your place. It was a nursery way back then, but it's my girlfriend's cousin that bought the place and transformed everything into his own homestead, farm and stuff. Everything is edible once. True, but you don't want to eat anything that will just be edible once. You want to eat the one that will be edible more than once. Hey Dan, Gear Gridden 19, thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, well, that's still cool. And I'm not saying that I will be a taxi driver, but if we plan something on a weekend, like let's say I tell you I go at your place on Saturday and you need milk, I mean, I can stop by to get you milk, just throwing it out there, just giving you an example. Like, you won't need to pay my gas if I'm already going at your place. Might save you a few dollars here and there as well. Good morning, OJ and Deb. Or is that OJ or Deb? She's a morning person. That's why I'm up. Awesome. And you had a good idea there, Jennifer, about grafting your own fruit trees and selling them. You just have to keep in mind that if you can't sell them, you need to plant them on your property. So you do that with a few apples. It would just be a matter, I guess, of knowing how to preserve them for the winter. Because you start grafting them, they're not really ready until the end of the summer, but most people want to buy their stuff in the spring. So I guess it would be a few trial and errors to see what happens if you graft an apple tree and leave it outside in the bucket, in the container, and then see if it survives the winter. And in the spring, you'll see which ones start growing back. And those would be the ones you would sell. And you sell an apple tree for $10, just as an idea. I mean, it could be more than that. But people would be a lot more interested in buying a $10 apple tree than the ones at $75 from Walmart, knowing that it's from a local tree as well. Both here. Awesome. Most tree shop plant their tree in the soil and dig them up when time. Yeah, but I mean, you need to dig them up with the whole rooting system. And if you plant them in the fall, by the time spring comes, their roots will have crawled underground a little bit and it gets bigger and it's harder to remove from the ground. Unless they just put them in the container and dig the container in the ground and put some straw maybe on top, and then they can just remove the straw and remove the container. Maybe that's easier that way. I don't know. and fall planting is better than spring planting. I agree, but in fall I'm always way too busy. I put all my fruit and berry plants in my half-finished greenhouse. I'll know in a few months if they survived. They will do well in 5-gallon buckets for a few years because they have to grow roots. Okay. I might have some cool stuff to share with you as well. It's just a matter of knowing if they survived, if they get big enough. And like I said in one of my comments, I'm not sure I can actually start sharing this year because I'm still at the point where I'm trying to get more fruit trees for myself. One I love is the Camrys, the honeyberries, and the white and red currants. The white currants are delicious. Okay, the sky is 100% blue and I want to work in the greenhouse today, so going to prepare for that. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, Marilyn. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's pretty much time for me to go and start my seeds as well. Plus, I'll have to go dig my way to my rabbits to make sure they're okay. Just when I was thinking about maybe breeding them, we are hit by 3 snowstorms in a row. So, I had to postpone that a little bit. More food, less grass. Yes, exactly. If I knew now if I knew back then what I know now, I would have just gotten rid of all the grass I have on my property and just plant a bunch of perennial edibles, whether it be chives, mint, fruits. Like, I planted a bunch of strawberries. People tell me, be careful, they spread. And what's the problem with having a bunch of strawberries on my property? What's the worst that can happen? I'll mow the lawn and catch some in my lawnmower. I mean, I'll eat the strawberries I can find. The only problem I have right now is those places are a little bit overgrown by weeds, and I end up having a bunch of, I have mice digging in my strawberry bed. Later, everyone. Later, Eldan. Thank you for stopping by. That will be a great video. We can compare using Ziploc bags and the plastic balls to aircraft and how they turn out. Yes, true. One thing I notice as well when I do collabs with other folks, especially when we do the same thing, people that watch my stuff tend to go compare with their channel, and people that watch their channel tend to come compare with mine. So we always get a few more viewers and subscribers doing that. Right on. Y'all have a great day. Yeah, I'm not gone yet, but thinking about it soon. Hello, Tammy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. It's Sunday morning. I'm still half asleep, but my coffee's going to kick in a few minutes there. I'm done now. Usually takes like 15 minutes, and I'm like probably around 12 minutes now. Oh, yeah, Bucky's supposed to meet his girlfriend today. So today would be a good time to start. If you are in zone 3 and you're ready to breed your rabbits, then I can do that too. And Jennifer, I know you don't eat animals, but having a few rabbits at home, if you're interested in that, would give you tons of wonderful manure to put in your garden. So if it's something you're looking forward to, after you build your cages, and if I can actually get my chickens to breed and take care of their kits, maybe I'll have 1 or 2 that I can actually give you at some point. I wish we had snow still or get some rain. Things are really dry. Already? I can give you all the snow I have here if you want. I cut all my runners off and I'll have free plants. I love free strawberry plants can even sell runners and make some money. True. Awesome. Yeah, I will go soon, but just not yet. I'm still trying to get my first coffee into me. People keep showing up for wood though. Well, it's a good thing if you're actually selling wood, making a little bit of money. Making money is never a bad thing. And Jennifer, you're giving me a bunch of cool ideas. There's always look around you for markets. I can let you know if I hear about stuff. I know there's like the Charlo Fall Fair in is it late or early September? It's what we call Fall Fair. Is a small event that's probably 10 minutes away from you. There's always a bunch of people like vendors selling stuff. So if you have any of your businesses stuff that you want to sell there, it's usually like maybe, I don't know. I don't have the numbers because I've never done it, but like maybe $50 for a booth. And then if you can sell your stuff, you make money, you know. You can make a lot of money, like you said, by selling herbs, flowers, trees, fruit trees, and things like that. You sell, I don't know, I don't remember everything you named. You have Sensi, Sipology, and I don't even know what all that stuff is. Epicure, Tupperware, Thrive Life. I'll have to go and take a look exactly what you're selling. Sensi, yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought I read Etsy, but it's Sensi. Yeah, okay, I know what it is. Pretty cool stuff. But sometimes you can go there and sell that stuff. On May 30th, there's like a small yard sale, vendor sale at my kids' school, and I'm trying hard to plan a few more things this year to be able to plant some stuff there, sell some stuff there. Not the typical stuff like people always end up having tomatoes and cucumbers, but I want to have like different stuff. I want to have herbs like lemon balm and things like that that people don't necessarily know about or don't have. Mint, like I said, lemon balm, lime balm, mandarin balm, specific type of peppers, specific type of tomatoes that they don't have, asparagus, onions, things like that, shallots. I have so much seeds that it would be a good way for me to make a little bit of money and to get rid of a few seeds as well. And if you need seeds, that I can definitely help you with. I'm starting breakfast, but still listening. Awesome. I had what's it called? Those Donair bites this morning for breakfast. It's a tough breakfast to start with, but it's so good. Last week I had 20 subscribers, and then Needy Homesteader asked me about a marker I use, so I made a quick video instead of typing, and people on her channel saw my link. And one day I had 400 views, and it keeps going up. Nice. Let's see. Let me refresh that. I saw the video, and I was interested in that specific video. I will send you a few tips to help you with your channel. And one of the thing I would do if I were you, just the title of your video says, don't use a Sharpie on garden labels. Use Sharpie Extreme Condition. I can't see the rest. Marker instead. But you're kind of telling people the punch of the video in the title. If I were you, just a little tip, and I'm no way an expert, but from what I understand from other people, the coach and stuff that show people how to grow YouTube, I would be more like, don't use a Sharpie on garden labels, use this instead. And then people will go and click to see what this is. because if I'm going to support you, I'm going to go watch. But if I was just someone looking to find information and I saw your video, I would have the answer there and would just skip the video and have my answer. You know what I mean? Um, so that's something I would change if I were you. But you're at 594 views at the moment, which is pretty cool. 41 subscribers. That's pretty cool too. And it keeps going up. Yeah, it will probably keep going up because when you have a big channel like that, sharing you out usually makes you grow very fast. And on the Facebook page that I accepted you earlier, there's a post there where you can share your channel. Go ahead, share your channel there, and people will join. Have a lot of people supporting each other there, and it's always good. Helping each other ends up helping our channel. Yeah, exactly. 100%. And when you find a video like that, to do something the same but different on it, I find it works for me anyway. Yep. Selling runners in solo cup with soil, and it's growing. That's a good way to make easy money, and every bit adds up. And if it don't sell, you just plant it. Exactly. And I will be going to the Ontario Homesteaders Conference. And when I get back, I'll have to make sure that everything survived. I might have to pay my daughter to take care of my plants just to be sure that they don't forget. The first year I left, and I didn't have a timer on my grow lights in the bedroom. And my girlfriend slept in the living room because the kids wanted to have our bed. And they slept in our bed with the lights on. They're in a corner somewhere. Like they won't bother. Like they're not dangerous for us or anything. But when I got back home, the lights were on for like over 100 hours in a row. So all my pepper plants were dead, dried up, burnt. I was very, very mad and disappointed. So now I make sure I have a timer on them. The lights close by themselves. And I'll make sure that they're watered every day while I'm gone, even if I have to pay one of my kids to do it. Very good plan. Yeah. I'm still listening, giving the hubby an overdue haircut. Yeah, I have to go shave after. And when I shave my beard, I always shave my head because, I mean, if you look at me from the side, it's not that bad. It looks like I have hair. But if you look at me like this, it looks like I'm bald. And I don't like being bald. So instead of just being bald here, I'd rather just have my head shaved. Needy Homesteader. I know their story. I am subscribed. I never got to really watch their stuff. It's just that I don't have time because there's so many people that I try to support that I don't really have time to go watch their stuff. I was watching Justin Rhodes religiously at some point, and I stopped. One of my favorite YouTuber was the Holler Homestead with Ben and Meg. I just don't have time anymore, and I'm sure the kids are grown up now, and I wouldn't recognize them if I saw them. Awesome, appreciate that video. Was actually just a quick video, just made for her, so I didn't have to type. I never thought other people would watch it. Yeah, because I was watching a video yesterday, and the guy says in the video that one of the things you have to keep in mind is if you want to blow on YouTube, like explode fast, you're not going to do that by being consistent and just like doing one video a week. You will grow, but you won't like grow fast. But if you want to grow fast, you have to make videos that will answer specific questions. And that's exactly what they said. You have to post a video, ASQ, answer specific question. And in that situation, I feel like it answers a specific question because I am also struggling with those thingy. See, I have them here. And I didn't plant them because last time I did, I put all my hopes on those little tags, labels, and within 2 weeks, all the names were erased. And what happened after that? Well, I didn't know what kind of tomatoes was where. I didn't know what kind of cucumbers was where. And I didn't know what kind of peppers was where. Tomatoes, it's not as bad because we'll use the tomatoes regardless of what kind it is. But for peppers, if the pepper is supposed to be a red pepper and it starts green, I don't know what point I have to harvest it. If it's supposed to be a green pepper, I don't know at what point I'm supposed to harvest it. Like, I'd rather leave them on the plant until it's actually good to harvest. I have a bunch of. Okay, so you accepted me as a friend. Woohoo! So okay, it's good to know that you were hacked right from the start. First thing I see. Okay, so the comments. So you were. Oh, I had 2 new people joining, so you were able to get all the information you needed. Ismay. Awesome. I only started posting videos this month. Yeah, and you're already growing, which is cool. 41 subscribers, 7 videos. Now your next focus will be to do thumbnails and titles. TubeBuddy has cool free stuff you can use, like cool free techniques and what's it called? I'm just looking for my words this morning, but with the YouTube free version, TubeBuddy free version, you have a lot of help from TubeBuddy that can help you jumpstart your channel a little bit. I also use Canva. I have the pro version, and it's pretty cool as well. It allows me to do a bunch of cool free stuff. I made my logo on there, my thumbnails, and sometimes I'll even get B-rolls from Canva to put in my videos. She lives near me, the needy homesteader. Awesome. I know she had a very sad story. I saw a few of the videos around that time because I wanted to support her. I wanted to do my part. There's also a couple that lives near me here that told me that I was welcome anytime. I just have to give them a call and go there and do a little visit, I guess. They were okay with me filming and interviewing them and all that stuff. And they went through the same story, except that the father survived. The mother was the worst. After the accident, they had an accident. The kids were okay, but the parents, like the mother, needed like a year of recovery. And they had a farm and all that stuff. And they had so much support in the time they were in need that they decided to give away one freezer and the freezer full of meat from their farm, which was kind of cool and very nice of them. And I hoping to be able to do a little video on their story and share that as well, because it's stories like that that deserve to be heard. People need to know about that stuff because it shows perseverance. It shows um, never to give up, and it shows that in an instant you can lose everything you have. Be grateful for what you have, and try to do your best all the time. I'd love to own one of Ben's knives. Wasn't fast enough to buy mixed soap. Does he still sell knives? Good question. I don't know. Next, I need to learn to edit. I have way over 20,000 videos on my phone, but can't post until I edit them into videos I can post. Do you have a computer or you just use your phone? You can probably ask the question in the Facebook group, what kind of app people use on their phones. I have one that used to be free on my computer called Film Fourth. It was all one word, Film Fourth, like this. But it's no longer free anymore. But it was just like a $25 one-time payment. It wasn't that bad. But filming in 4K, the software plus my computer wasn't strong enough to handle the power needed for editing with that software. So now I thought it was already open. Okay, decided that it was going to shut down on me. I now use Shotcut, which was the same. It was free at first. Now $25 one-time fee. It's not necessarily complicated to use. You just have to take the time to learn, which is not that bad, I guess. I kind of enjoy it now because you can put multi-tracks of audio and video and mix everything together. And I use CapCut on my phone pretty easy. So that's a good one to use. I've heard about that one before. Everything is on my phone, but I have iMovie and iMac, and I figured out the basics. But it auto saves my video to my computer the way it wants to, and it can be open. It won't load to YouTube. Everything is done on your phone. I'm guessing there's probably a way to fix that. Everything basics auto saves my videos to my computer the way it wants to. So you have an iPhone. If you have an iPhone, you probably have some basic iCloud storage. But there's a way that you can use your phone and send the information right to your Mac the way that you want it, and use it and export it the way you want. Now, I'm not very good with iMacs. It's something that I've been wanting to have for a while, but those computers are expensive. I just use a regular Windows laptop that crashes on me like 3 or 4 times a week. But I'm still using it, and I autosave and save as much as I can. So if it crashes, then I don't have to start over. But I know there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. iMovie is good for iPhone editing. Yeah, I used to use iMovie, but I just didn't enjoy doing things from my phone. I don't know, my fingers, big fingers, small phone, it was just not for me. I'd rather be here on my computer. I have my laptop here, my computer there. I can put something on YouTube and do some editing at the same time. Sometimes I'll put the volume down at 1 so that people can at least get the watch time and still see somewhat what's going on. Like I have people I follow that don't talk. They just have video with music and stuff, so I don't necessarily need to listen to the music. I can do some editing and, you know, keep an eye on what's going on and support as much people as I can. Still listening, sweeping. Awesome, thank you. I have an iPhone. I just need to connect several videos together. I don't recommend the iMac. It's horrible and gets slow and freezes since I got it. You probably just don't have the right one because the Mac were built to do video and photo editing. If you talk to any professional company that does movies and stuff, they use Mac computers over Windows-based computers. I still use my phone for everything. I want to get the MacBook Pro hopefully next few weeks. I have some other stuff to get first for fishing and camping. It's definitely hard on your phone though. I use CapCut and iMovie. And once you start learning, like, you can probably find all the information you need on YouTube as to how to use the software and stuff. I'm just wondering, yeah, the light is already at minimum, but still the light is like right in my face. I don't know. Maybe I have to sit back here. But yeah, when you get the feel of it and you use it a few times, it gets a lot easier and you'll be more comfortable doing the editing you need to do. Same with me. Like I was with Film Fourth, which was so straightforward, so easy to use. The only thing I didn't like is you only had like one video track. You could do like video, like over video, but you could not just put like one video there, another video there, put one there and one there. You know, you would have to have like the main video and just put like bits and pieces on top, which was hard when you had to do like when you film with two cameras, because sometimes I film with my GoPro and my phone. Like when I did the wine making video, it was hard. It was awful. It was painful because I couldn't just synchronize the two videos and be okay. I want to use this part, this part, this part, this part. You know, I had to put the main video, put the other one as a video over video, expand it, and try to judge however I would cut it and use it. And every time it would make a new track of video over video kind of thing, which was just awful. All right, well, I've been on for more than 2 hours. Sunday morning is just, you know, a way to pass time and connect with different kind of people, because I don't always have the same people on my Friday night lives and my Sunday morning coffee live streams. So I enjoy doing both. I have a MacBook Pro that was taken apart and custom made. It's awesome, but it fell last year and it's a black screen with a symbol and don't work. It has to be fixed, so I'm stuck with slow Mac. Okay. There's a few people in Hamilton actually that would fix computers. Trying to think. Maybe there's a guy in Bathurst that would probably do it. Not sure how he would charge though. I don't use my GoPro. I bought it and I just don't like trying to use it, and then I can't edit it with my phone video. I wish I hadn't bought it. Well, you could probably sell it. I'm pretty sure there's someone around you that would buy it, but problem is with the GoPro, people buy it and try to sell it, but they ask so much for it. Like Thomas was send me a picture of someone selling a GoPro. He's like, "Hey, is that worth it?" I'm like, "Okay." He's selling it for more than you can get a new one. I think if I remember correctly, Thomas, he had a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of accessories with it, but he was charging like $400 for like the GoPro 7 with accessories, and you could get like the brand new GoPro for like $450 and get the accessories for another like $50. So you would have like the brand new GoPro with the full accessories and everything for like an extra $100. So might as well go with the new one. So that's one of the things that I find that the value goes down quite fast. Kind of like a home, well, the opposite to a home, kind of like a car. As soon as you get out of the store, it goes down. So yeah. So if you're not busy Friday night, come join me. I go live on Fridays, usually at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So Jennifer, it's 7 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. my time. So Jennifer, if you want to join again next Friday, you're more than welcome to. And Sundays is usually more when I just need watch time, which I kind of need right now. I know I'm monetized already, but the more watch time you make, the more YouTube promotes you, and kind of need the promotion right now. I don't get much views on my videos. I don't make a lot of money on YouTube yet. I have a lot of subscribers, but not many people watch, I guess is what I should say. So I'm always looking for new viewers, new friends, new people to support me and support them, and hoping that at some point, Jennifer, we can do some collabs. It'd be nice. I have a friend that has a small YouTube channel as well, but he doesn't really post much. He doesn't do any editing, and usually just goes with his phones for like 2 minutes, films, and put that up on YouTube, which is okay. But like I keep telling him, you need to learn to do a little bit more. Go with the extra step, one step at a time, but take the next step at some point. But I have my animals there in the summer, and he's trying to grow a lot of food there as well. Make shopping hauls, do dash cam driving to town, and show hauls of what you bought and prices. Yeah, thing is, I don't buy much food, to be honest. Like I'll buy snacks and like gravy, sauce, salsa. Well, I try to make my own salsa as much as I can, but I don't produce enough for what we eat. I'm trying to go more and more into that though, like growing more tomatoes, onions, and peppers and such. I'll buy milk because I don't have my own cows. I'll buy. We buy the junk food like chips and muffins and granola bars and things like that. There, I don't make my own cheese, so that stuff I buy. But in terms of meat, I don't buy much meat. I'll buy like fish every once in a while. I will also buy like chicken wings if I feel like eating chicken wings. Yeah, chips are bad, but you can't go crazy overboard either. Like I never consider myself being too much to one extreme or too much to the other extreme, and it goes with everything in my life. I will never fully invest myself in something and leave something else. I'll try to stay in the middle. And that's why I don't like talking about religions and politics and things like that, because the two sides are fighting. I just stay in the middle and do my own thing. Show what the stores have in the indoor garden section right now. They don't have much in prizes. I made a video just showing what the bare root pony flowers in the back look like. You never know what people like. True. I made a video on the Dollarama growing pots. I don't have them here, but you buy them at dollar store and they have a bunch of seeds with the pot, and all you have to do is like take the pot, put some water on, and leave it there overnight and plant. I did that. I have some basil I have to harvest, and I have some pepper growing. Now I need to transplant my pepper plants. I eat about 10 chips with lunch. Used to eat 3/4 of a bag or the whole thing. Yeah. My girlfriend told me yesterday that I was a liar because, I said the other day that I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to eat less junk and drink less Pepsi. And she's like, "You lied. You always drink Pepsi." I'm like, "No, I said that I used to drink Pepsi, chips, and chocolate for breakfast." "Yeah, you had a Pepsi this morning." "Yes, that's because I ate Donair this morning around 9:30, 10 o'clock. That was actually my lunch because I was up way earlier than you. It's not because it's 9 a.m. that it's breakfast time. It can still be my lunchtime if I go to bed sooner and get up earlier, But I don't drink Pepsi for breakfast with a bag of chips and a chocolate bar anymore. I'm not saying that I will not do it if I go on a fishing trip. That might be something that I bring in my bag, but it's not something that I do on a regular basis like I used to do. Hello, Brenton Gardner, another Canadian YouTuber. Drink lots of water, some vanilla Coke, try to limit 10 ounces per day. Yeah, I have Pepsi. I didn't drink Pepsi yesterday. I drank beer instead. Well, I had Pepsi with my Donair, but not today. I drink beer instead. Not like it's better, but yeah. I'm also trying to do my own wine. That's something I should do the last part, like the third part of my series in about 2 weeks from now. It could have been done next weekend, but it's Easter weekend and my colleague is out of town. He's going to see some family. So it will be the following weekend where we actually put the wine in our bottles and hopefully drink some. It is camping food. And that's why I'm not saying I will never do it again. I'm just saying that I'm not doing it all the time. But apparently doing it once in a while meant that I was a liar for saying I don't do it all the time. Not going to argue with my girlfriend because I don't want to sleep on the couch. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't make me sleep on the couch. When she gets mad, she sleeps on the couch herself. Oh, well. I eat 3 beef sticks, 2 cheese sticks, 12-ish dark grapes, and about 10 chips for lunch, mostly pretzels. Yeah. I have a bunch of plans now for the summer, and thanks to Jennifer, I have more plans now, more planning to do, more ideas, more things that I want to accomplish, all regarding food. And like I said early in my live stream, doing my channel, my niche is mostly about bringing in food for a cheaper cost. Preserving is a good way to save money, but harvesting your own food, there's nothing better. 25 ounces of water. Yeah, if you drink a lot of water, it's good. Married 20 years this April, neither one of us has ever slept on the couch. Yeah, I don't remember ever sleeping on the couch because of something I did wrong. Like I'll sleep on the couch if I'm sick because I'm closer to the bathroom. I'll sleep on the couch. Every once in a while, kids want to spend time with me and they'll be like, "Dad, can we sleep in the living room together tonight?" I'll be like, "Okay, let's do it." We watch a movie and fall asleep on the couch. I always have a sore back the next morning, though. My girlfriend gets sick a lot with the Meniere's disease. So when that happens, she tends to sleep on the couch as well, just because, same for her. It's easier for her to get to the bathroom if she needs to go. Hello, I'm guessing it's still Desmond and Sandy, but it's probably Desmond being there. Another Canadian YouTuber, homesteader. Did you reach the 2,000, the 4,000 hours you needed to be monetized on your cooking channel, yeah, that's different if you're sick. Like, I've never slept on the couch because of a fight, because I don't like sleeping angry. If we're fighting, I'll either just go to bed before her, or um, you know, make up before I go to bed. And if you make up before you go to bed, then okay, I'm not going there. Just this morning, awesome. Well, at least you got it. I played a few of your playlists on my 3 computers, so hopefully it helped. And congratulations on being monetized if you are. If you are not monetized yet, but you have the hours and the subscribers, apply for that as soon as you can. And you're welcome. I really enjoyed the video where you made donair meat, and then you made the donair sauce. I will be watching the video again because I watched it, I enjoyed it. I'm like, oh, this looks really good. But if I want to do it, I'll have to watch again. Yeah. But like, I always, even if I'm mad, I'll give her a kiss on the cheek and a hug and tell her I love her, because I do. You love making that one? I could smell it from here. It looks so good. And the only difference, though, like, I probably would not put tomatoes and onions, but I would put lettuce. And I don't usually eat tomatoes and onions unless it's like really small pieces cooked in something else. Like, I can eat salsa, I can eat spaghetti sauce, but I won't put tomatoes in a sandwich or tomatoes in a donair or things like that. That's not me. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I was about to leave. I have to get up and go change. I'm still in my pajama. I also have to go and plant a bunch of seeds, and I also have to go shovel the pathway to my rabbits. And if I'm not freezing to death, maybe I'll be able to. Every time I go outside in the garage, I always try to remove like one part of. I made like an inside chicken coop in my garage, so I made a few walls with pallets and put some chicken wire around it and stapled it so that it wouldn't come off. But it's hard to remove now, so every time I go, I try to remove at least like a dozen staples, and that way, at some point, I'll be able to just use my drill and drill out the screws that I put in and remove. I want to keep. There's the wall from the garage that I'm obviously not going to remove. There's a wall that's next to the door. I don't really have a door, like the entrance to my garage, but that wall is made with a big, huge tarp, and it stops the wind a lot from going on my chickens. So I will leave that there no matter what. But the 2 other sides I want to remove, take the pallets and burn them at some point. And I want to bring in my rabbits and have my rabbits in my garage. I'll put some plastic containers underneath the cages to keep the poop from going all over the place. And that way I'll have my rabbits inside. And, I can store some stuff under the cages, but I want to have a way to keep the manure. And it'll give me some more space to maybe grow some stuff on the side of the house there, because right now I'm not really using it for anything other than just storing the rabbits. And it should give me more space to store some stuff in the garage, because right now it's a mess because I have too much stuff that can't come inside, like the barbecue, the lawnmower, the weed eaters, and things like that. And I want to make something nice and good looking to store, like maybe on top of the rabbit cages. a video shoveling snow and feeding the rabbits. I don't think I will be making a video about that. Maybe like a short, but and I realized that I didn't film any video this weekend, but luckily I was like a video in advance. I'm just not going to be a video in advance on my friend's channel, but I have a video coming up this week, and I have a video coming up on April 1st as well. You're going to laugh. That one's going to be funny. Live starting the seeds. Yeah, I usually don't take too much time. Put the soil in my pots, and then I just put the seeds in, and like takes 15 minutes. Just a matter of doing it. And then I have to identify it. I'm gonna have to find one of those. What's it called? What did she call it? Extreme conditions marker. Might have to try to find one of those first, and then use it to put on those thingy to put in my garden. If I can have one of those extreme Sharpie markers, then I'd be good. But yeah, I'm not going to do a live starting the seeds because I would need to do it here, and I don't really have any space to plant seeds. We got about 15 inches. I shoveled my way down the stairs this morning, and it took me a good 30 minutes. I hate it. Rabbits difficulties. Rabbits homestead difficulties. Rabbits must be fed. Could be, but I don't really have anywhere to put my camera without the snow going on it, and yeah, it's not a good place to film. Yeah, it's 6 inches at 2 a.m. It's all melted now. Lucky you. Amazon, only place I found it right now. They have a limited edition 4-pack. It's usually only 2-pack for that price, $15. Okay, let me check that out, and let's see if here. I think I have gift card balance. Oh, so I used it already? What did I buy? Oh, I bought this. True. Batteries for my GoPro. Yeah, it's true. I also have the one for my head for the GoPro. I could put the GoPro here and just do a tiny no. So you send me a message. Oh, it was on where do I change now? Change account. Come on, where is it? I thought it was a way to access it. I think I have to switch here and from here. Okay. Yeah, I hate the way that the business Facebook thing is made. Oh, okay. It's the same kind of Sharpie, but just extreme. And it really lasts even in the heavy rain. It's pretty cool. Okay, so it's Sharpie Extreme. Is that what you search for? Permanent, fine, extreme. Okay. I will check that out and put that in my basket right now. Extreme Sharpie. Extreme condition. Extreme condition. There's 4 for $15. Well, fade resistant. Yeah, I know, and it's still good ideas. I just have to figure out how to do it. In the picture you sent me, $15 for 4, but let me show you this here. This one here is only $5.50 for 2, so it would come to $11 for 4. So I would probably go with that one. Why though? I have the same one as you, I think. If you look at the one I shared in the comments. So you have 2 for $5.50, or you have a big deal, a special, it's on sale if you buy 4, 1 count, pack of 2, 4 count. Oh, okay, so you get 1 count, pack of 2, 4 count, pack of 1. So you get 4 Sharpies on sale for $15, which comes to almost $3.75 a Sharpie. The same company, same vendor sells a pack of 2 for $5.50, which is $2.50, $2.75. So you save $1 per pen per Sharpie if you buy packs of 2. Usually companies don't do it that way. I don't know what's wrong, but I will send the link to my girlfriend and ask her to order it because she's the one with oh, not this. Let's change this here. Come on, not what I wanted. Mark all as red. Change back to my main Facebook. And right there. Okay, so I'm not really talking much, but trying to send that to my girlfriend. All right, it's done. I used a head one too, but then avoid any reflection because I look like a moron. Yeah. I go with pencil. It never fades or smudges or run. Better than the paint markers. Work great for me. So I will try it. I will try it and see what happens. I'll use one and put it outside in the snow if it lasts. Sun didn't bleach the writing off at all. It was good. But it's the rain though. Did the rain erase the marking? So I shared the link here. It's crazy, right? It's on sale. If you buy 4 instead of 2, it's on sale, but you pay more for buying 1 pack of 4 than 2 packs of 2. No moisture issue at all. What kind of pencil do you use? Like just a regular pencil? I don't know. All right, I'll keep an eye out and see. I have seeds everywhere. Popcorn seeds. I have 4 containers down there and they're full. And I have seeds all over the place here. Get tons of rain, no problem. And you probably even get like sea salt and huge wind. Just a mechanical pencil. Okay. I like to have things like visually, like showing well, like with a Sharpie. So I will definitely be trying that Sharpie. Use it on windows, blinds. Use it on window. Okay, cool. But I will be using those things. I got these ones for free, and I think I have some somewhere. I just need to figure out where. It could be in my bedroom. I have like a huge box full of gardening stuff. I want to eventually put all the gardening stuff behind me and put the stuff that I have there in the other room, but it's not done yet. All right, enough saying. Let's start doing. I have to get up and go get my stuff ready. Send that to my girlfriend. Can you buy this, please? Smiley face. And tell me how much it cost, and I will send you the money. And she's showing me a heart. So awesome. All right. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to support each other. Have fun. And I wish you a lot of success with your YouTube channel. And let's help each other grow. And Jennifer, let's keep in touch. I will definitely be helping you out in some way at some point this summer. And yeah, take care, everyone. Bye.